Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room full of strangers and somehow leave with new friends, inside jokes, and plans for the weekend, while others walk out feeling invisible? No one insulted them. No one rejected them openly. Yet something felt off. If you have ever felt that quiet disconnect, this video is for you. Because struggling to make friends is not a personality flaw. It is a psychological pattern. And once you understand it, you stop blaming yourself and start changing the outcome. Welcome to ClarityGrit, where we break down the psychology of growth, confidence, and self-respect. Friendship is not just about fun or social status. It is a basic human need. Your brain is wired to connect, to belong, to feel chosen. When you do not get that, your mind starts filling the gaps with stories. Something must be wrong with me. I am boring. I do not fit in. Over time, these thoughts do real damage. They shape how you walk into rooms, how you speak, how much of yourself you allow others to see. Most people who struggle socially are not bad at people. They are stuck in defensive habits built from past experiences, moments where they felt awkward, ignored, laughed at, or simply unseen. The brain remembers these moments and tries to protect you from feeling that pain again. But protection often becomes isolation. One of the biggest psychological reasons people struggle to make friends is constant self-awareness turned into self-surveillance. Instead of being present in conversations, your mind is watching you from the outside. You hear your own voice while talking. You analyze your words as they leave your mouth. You scan faces for reactions. Was that joke dumb? Did I talk too much? Should I stop talking now? This turns social interaction into a performance, and performances never feel natural. Imagine trying to enjoy music while judging every move you make on the dance floor. You would look stiff, disconnected, and comfortable. That is exactly how overthinking shows up socially. People who connect easily are not smarter or smoother. They are simply present. Their attention is on the other person, not on how they are being perceived. When you shift your focus outward and become curious instead of critical, conversations start flowing naturally. Another deep psychological block is fear of rejection disguised as being nice. People who struggle socially are often very polite. Too polite. They agree with everything. They avoid strong opinions. They laugh even when something is not funny. They never tease, never challenge, never fully express themselves. Why? Because somewhere along the way, they learned that standing out leads to rejection, so they blend in. They become easy to be around but hard to connect with. Real friendship is not built on agreement. It is built on authenticity. The people you feel closest to are not the ones who never disagree with you. They are the ones who show you who they really are. When you hide your opinions to stay safe, you also hide your personality. And without personality, there is nothing for others to attach to. Confidence is not dominance. It is comfort with being seen as you are. Another pattern that quietly ruins social connection is waiting to be chosen. Many people approach friendship like an audition. They sit back and hope someone notices them. They wait for invites. They wait for messages. They wait for proof that they are wanted. Waiting feels safer than acting, but it slowly builds loneliness. Most friendships exist because someone decided to move first. Someone sent the first text. Someone suggested meeting up. Someone followed up instead of assuming disinterest. Not because they were fearless, but because they were willing to feel a little uncomfortable. Initiating does not mean you are desperate. It means you value connection enough to act. When you always wait to be chosen, you quietly reinforce the belief that you are not allowed to choose others. That belief shapes your entire social life. Another psychological weight is placing friendship on a pedestal. When you believe connection defines your worth, every interaction carries pressure. Every delay in replies feels personal. Every canceled plan feels like rejection. You start needing people to validate you, and that need shows up as anxiety, over-attachment, or emotional withdrawal. Ironically, the people who connect most easily are those who do not rely on others to feel whole. They enjoy company, but they do not chase approval. They have their own interests, their own routines, their own sense of self. When you build a solid relationship with yourself, you stop clinging to others for validation, and that calm, grounded energy makes people feel comfortable around you. So here is the truth most people never tell you. If you struggle to make friends, it is not because you are broken. It is because your mind learned survival strategies that once protected you. Overthinking, people-pleasing, staying quiet, waiting. These habits kept you safe at some point, but safety is not the same as connection. Connection requires presence, expression, initiative, and self-respect. You do not need to change your personality. You need to stop hiding it. The shift does not happen overnight. It happens in small moments. The next time you are around people, move your attention outward. Ask real questions. Listen without rehearsing your response. Share one honest opinion, even if it feels risky. Initiate one small interaction instead of waiting. And remind yourself that you do not need permission to belong. Confidence grows from action, not from thinking. If this video made you reflect, let me know in the comments what part hit you the hardest. Like this video if it gave you clarity. Subscribe if you want more psychology that actually helps you grow. This is ClarityGrit. Stay strong, stay clear, and keep growing.